Well, I got a small parquet job here to get refinished. As you can see, it's worn pretty bad in some areas. It doesn't look like this everywhere, but the high traffic areas obviously are worn. Just seems to be worn in kind of weird places. There it is, 8:07 a.m. is kind of when I'm starting to get everything in here. Wanted to throw that in there just so you can see how long this actually took, because I'm working completely by myself today, which is not a big deal. Give mom a break. And a lot of people are always asking grit sequence that I'm using on a power drive. For that first pass is 60 grit, then the second pass is 80 grit when I change directions. Then I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm going to edge the floor one time with 100. I'm going to go ahead and cut the corners. I'm going to vacuum again. Then that pass right there with the power drive was 100 grit. Then I'm going to get it out of the way again, vacuum up, run the orbital around the wall. Then I'm doing 100 grit mesh. Then I'm going to Tampico and vacuum up a floor, and that's it. And we're going to be using Burgess Seidler Flex Seal on this floor. You can run a T-bar across a pattern floor. I don't care what they tell you to schools, it is possible. If you know what you're doing, it is not that hard and it will not leave marks. There it is, 12:37, first coat's already on, coming back later in the evening. Second coat, we're going to put down the Burgess Seidler, and this is Green Star and a satin sheen. If you notice, it had the hardener in the back of the jug, kind of kangaroo packaging, which is nice. And when I'm putting this second coat down, the only thing you do on these pattern floors, I change direction each time. I just don't do it in the same direction every single coat. Good thing about this product, it has an 18-hour pot life, so I've only used a little less than half of the jug. So when I come back Saturday morning to abrade the floor, vacuum up, I can put the remainder of this finish down, and I know I'm not going to have any problems. If you're wondering who that girl is, that's actually my spawn. I don't know how y'all feel about child labor, but personally, I love it when I make my kid work for what she's costing me over the last 16 years. So hey, I'm kind of all for it when it's family. And she didn't even have to work that long, so the only thing I paid her in was Chick-fil-A. I honestly don't think we were even here 30 or 40 minutes to abrade the floor, vacuum up, and put the final coat down. Then I come back later that afternoon, check it, make sure everything looked good, and what do you know? Of course it is. And another thing about those power drives, they're direction-free sanders. We're going across wood that is turned in every different direction. There is no secret to running that machine. There's no clocking in a certain way, none of that. That is a myth, because they can't tell me how you're supposed to clock it over a pattern floor. I have asked, and they can't give me an answer. So believe me when I tell you, it's only about grit sequence.